Hey, it's Mrs. Joten, and there are a few things that I want to discuss with you before you start your 3.3 assignment on slope-intercept form. The first is solving for y. In the past, we have solved for y, but we haven't really simplified all the way. Today we're going to talk about how to do that because it will help put your equation into slope-intercept form. So if we're solving for y, we want to first move anything that doesn't have a y in it to the other side. So I'm going to subtract the 3x. So I'm going to have negative 4y equals negative 3x plus 16. You could write 16 minus 3x, but because we're now being introduced to slope-intercept form, it would make more sense and correspond better if we put the x term followed by the constant term. So next, to get y by itself, we're going to divide by negative 4. I'm going to divide everything on both sides by negative 4. So on the left side, the negative 4's cancel, and we get y equals. On the right side, we're dividing each term by negative 4. So we did this way back first term when we learned the distributive property, and this is a distributive property with division. So negative 3x divided by negative 4 is going to simplify to a positive value because a negative divided by a negative is positive. So that's going to be a positive 3 over 4x. And then we have a positive 16 divided by a negative 4. That's going to give us negative 4. So y equals 3/4 x minus 4. Now we've solved for y and we've simplified both sides of the equation. I just want to reiterate, this is slope-intercept form, because slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. We've got our y, we've got our slope, we've got our x variable, and we've got our y-intercept, which is the variable b. Okay, let's look at just a quick little review of how to graph something in slope-intercept form. We've talked about making tables. We've talked about finding intercepts. Both of those methods are fine. You can use them whenever it seems efficient to do that. Most often, if you have an equation with y by itself, it's going to be the quickest option to use the concept of slope-intercept form. So my y-intercept is 5, which means I'm going to make a dot at 5 on the y-axis because I know that my line is going to cross there. I also know that my line has a slope of negative 4/3. Keep in mind, a negative slope means it's going to go down to the right. So it's going to go down 4 and over 3. So I have another point there. And I'm going to make one more point, down 4, over 3. I'm going to make a line through those points. Okay, and that's my graph for y equals negative 4/3 x plus 5. Another one, y equals 2/5 x minus 6. My y-intercept here is negative 6. So I'm going to make a dot at negative 6 on my y-axis because I know my line is going to cross there. And my slope is 2/5, which means I'm going to rise 2, or go up 2, and then run, or go over to the right 5. Up 2, over 5. If I want to extend my line in the other direction, I can go down 2 and back 5. Okay, negative 2 over negative 5 is the same. And I'm going to connect these points to make my line. So there we have the line for y equals 2/5 x minus 6. Your assignment has some graphs that you're going to have to graph and then some review problems on the back. All right? Good luck with that. We'll talk about any questions tomorrow. Thanks.